Vibe Show 97.9 in full effect. Y'all already know how we do it. We got another exclusive coming up tonight. This one right here is really, really special. You guys are definitely in for a treat. So,
let's go. Let's go. New shit. Hey, yo, Bert. Hey, talk to him. Yeah, now tell me should I feel so wrong for things I'm setting aside?
Vibe Show 97.9. Happy, what is this? Friday Eve. It's been a great day today. Put in a lot of work today. Hope everybody had a blessed day today. We have a special guest joining us on today's show. This guy here, man, is doing amazing things out here, saving our youth, man, educating our youth, and really, really, really giving them the tools and gems that they need. I'm talking about the Fatherless Generation founder, the one and only Glenn Morton. What up, Glenn?
Sir.
How we doing, man?
I'm all right. How you?
Yo, man, doing good, man. I want to thank you for allowing us this amazing opportunity, man, just to come in your world and tap into all the amazing things that you're doing out here, man, with our youth and just really out here in the streets, really making things happen. So for me and the team, we just want to just say thank you, man, for this opportunity.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. You know, one of the things that they laugh about is I got the pair of Timberlands. On one side it say trenches, on the other side it say Pastor P. And I'm just out here doing it, you know.
Absolutely. Man, I just think that it's remarkable what you're doing out here. And you know, just to bring us in your world, I would like to start with what touched your heart and really just gave you that vision, because you know we know that the youth it's really been bad, man, and I don't know, over the years we definitely need that mentorship out here, and the tools and gems that you and your team are actually, you know, placing on the communities, man, and just touching our children. I would like to just tap in on what inspired that whole vision for you. Was it something that happened, or was it a personal experience, or God just put that on your heart to just assume that role and that responsibility?
Well, first I like to start by saying I always been fatherless, regardless. You know, I knew my dad, but I didn't know my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my grandfather stepped up. You know, I'm supposed to be with my father, but I'm with his father. So like, you know, I would see my dad, but for 2 seconds, you know what I mean? And so you grow up where he never helped me throw a ball. You know what I'm saying? He never came to a football game. He never did anything. And that really scarred me pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Just to not ever have like, period, like know his face, but never see his face. I mean, it was a thing that I was dealing with over the years. And you know, I was in the music industry for a while, man. I still dibble and dabble, but it never gave me that. Yeah, I got some bars, man. Like,
come on, man, you ain't send me no music, man. Come on.
I didn't know that y'all would have played it, man. I got a whole new album I'm dropping just to give money.
Man. Yeah, I got you, man. Look, it's the radio, baby. You got to give me that music, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like that.
We're shooting a video for that next week. We're gonna start shooting the videos. I'm gonna give all the money and the proceeds from that to this organization. So I'm just trying to do something better with my life. You know what I mean? Right. But back to, you know, just not having a father, period. It touched me. And you know, it scars you when you have, like, my mother, man, the one day she said something that scarred me so bad. She said, I hate you because you look like your dad. That made me drop my face and I could hardly look at myself in the mirror for a good year, because every time I looked at myself, I hated myself, because this woman said, I hate you because you look like him. So it was kind of a, like, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know this man like that, but she said she hate me because I remind her of the man I don't even see. So, you know, a lot of times, man, we dealing with scarred situations. So I tell people that when you come into this program, we get into a relationship with the issue of the child. There's always an issue. We don't just take them and play basketball. We don't take them and play football, though we can, but we want to get in a relationship with the issue, because once they leave us that night, they're going to go home with the same issue that they came in with. So until we
Right.
address them on their
I want
issue.
to ask you something. Why you just said that? Not to cut you off. My
No,
apologies. But that's deep. That's deep because you're touching issues that a lot of us have suffered from,
right,
and we kind of hide that. But it does. These type of layers do affect us in our adult life
right,
as well, because we never really address those issues. That's
right.
deep, man.
Right,
That's
right.
deep,
So
man.
so that's what we do. We address the issue. And you know, I built this nonprofit off of a 7 principle program. So, you know, I wrote the children's book, Seven Magical Keys, right? And the
Right.
7 magical keys is based off the 7 principles of the program. And I'm gonna just tell you the principles real fast. They're right here. The 7 principles are: be resourceful. A lot of times, a lot of these young guys don't understand how to use their resources. I'll tell
Right.
them something like, open up your cell phone. Every number in your phone is a resource, because if you don't know how to do it, somebody in your phone gonna know how to make it happen for you. So they
Right.
don't
Right.
they don't
Right.
understand the resource, and that's just simple math. Like, if I can't fix my roof, my uncle been a roofer for 30 years. I'm gonna call him and say, yo, I'm having a problem. So a lot of times they don't understand how to use their resource. The second one is break the cycle. A lot of us are still stuck in some cycles that we need to break, and these principles can even help the men out, man. And I tell them, the third one is create character. The fourth one is have faith. I always say it's not so much having faith in God, but you got to have faith in yourself that you can accomplish some things in your life, man. You're going to have faith in yourself, because people are going to beat you down. People are going to say some things that hurt you. They're going to reject you. But if you got enough faith in yourself, you're good. Number 5 is learn discipline. I always say, I'm not here to abuse you, but I'm here to encourage you to push further than what you thought was a winner. So I'm going to put that pressure on you, and you might not like me. You might cuss me out. But when you get
Right.
older, you'll say, man, I love how he put that discipline on me to teach me something. And the 6th one is correct the brotherhood. No more Cain kill Abel mentality. Learn how to celebrate your brother, applaud him. When it's your turn, we're going to applaud you. And the 7th principle, the major principle, is raise sons. Because if we can raise sons, they'll become better husbands, better fathers to their children, and just better off in the community that we serve. So that's the 7th principle.
Now let me ask you this, because we really touching some deep issues that I feel like a lot of the world and a lot of men and young men are suffering from, and it's, definitely the 7 principles, which I love how you broke that down, because you coming at it from I feel like that's that 3D angle right there. That's real, because a lot of people, we sugarcoating it, and but you're coming live and direct, dealing with the issue. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because now let me ask you this. Do you feel like, with your personal experience and going on and hearing what you said, with your mom, which is a woman, hearing this from your mom, that is something that could, leave a permanent scar. What would you say that really kind of, because a lot of people can't make it back from that, hearing something like that, saying that to you verbally, because words, the sword, using it, that could have been something that could have literally took you in a whole different path in life.
Right.
So, like, what would you say, you know gave you the strength to use those words as motivation and positive energy, turn that negative into a positive?
Oh man. That's hard. That's a hard one to answer. Those words are still hurting me. That's why
Mm.
I have another book coming out called Father to a Whole Generation. That's not a children's book, but it's basically me still expressing the pain of how those words still hurt me to this day. Like, I'm still
Mm.
not over it. You know,
Right.
I'm still not over the fact that she said it, and that's, 15 plus years ago. And I'm still dealing
Absolutely.
with the root of the issue myself. And so
Right.
I would say, here's the thing that I told my wife. I said, and this is real talk. I put it out there. I don't care if people judge me or not. I had some real tears in my face. I said, it's hard for me to love you when I have a hard time with loving my mother. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? You get what I'm saying? And I've been with my
Yeah.
wife for 13 years, but it's still some days where I don't hug my mother. There's no embracement of hugging my mother. There's no connection at all between me and my mother. I can go months without speaking to her and not even feel no type of way. And that's sad, and I wish that me and her can fix that before it's too late. But I mean, I told my wife, I said, because of how bad I was hurt from this actual earth that brought me here, because she's my earth, you know what I'm saying? And she brought me here. But, to hear what she said to me sometimes makes me not even want to care for another woman, period. So sometimes,
Mm.
I shed a tear trying to love my wife because I can't even love my mother the way I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So you still deal with the issues, man.
Let me ask you this: Do have you and moms ever had a conversation about it though? Like, have you ever really like tried to have that conversation with her and ask her like, "Mom, like why am I being penalized for something that my father? Because it's not like you asked to come into this world."
Right, right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Have you
mean,
ever asked her that?
we've had conversations, but a lot of times my mom is the type of person that she wins every conversation. So
Oh,
you can't really speak to her about a lot. And she'll deny things that she said, or she'll say she didn't say it, or just things like that. So it's kind of hard to get through to that woman. And then she's the type that says never wear your heart on your sleeve. She just a hardcore type situation all around. You know what I mean? And I don't
yeah.
know if that's because she's dealt with issues in her life that she doesn't, she didn't get over with. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure, but it's just a tough situation when sometimes not only do I feel fatherless, but I feel motherless at the same time. And then
Oh,
and I'm beating the odds of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Creating a nonprofit, writing children's books, running off a 7 principle program. I mean, if this ain't God, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? This is not my own strength that's been able to carry this organization on my back like this. I say it's not me, it's God. And I'm just watching what he's doing. And I feel like if I have to suffer so that the youth can see something better, then I'm willing to suffer for them to understand their life can be better than what it is right now. So that's what that's how I take it.
man, that is really really deep right there because and to me that's why I feel like this is your purpose. You know
Right,
what I mean? Because like you said, you know, you're the founder of this program, um, and you created this in the midst of hurting yourself. So this,
right.
like you said, it has to be a purpose, your purpose, and God involved with this situation or whatever. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's not really fair. And shout out to your wife as well, because it's not really fair for her, when she's trying to love a man that's hurting, and it's difficult, not that you don't want to, but not being shown that love makes it difficult for you to reciprocate that love back out.
Yeah, you
So it's
should you
kind
should
of
you
a
should see
messed
the you
up
should see the
situation.
things she fights with when there's times that she tries to hug me, but and still, and that's bad. But it's like, it's I don't mean to do it. You know what I mean? It's like she'll try to come give me a kiss. I'm like, man, being mushy too much. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
too mushy for me because that's how I was. My mom didn't kiss on me or hug on me and love on me and all that type of stuff like that. So that's the first place you get that nurturing from is your mother. So if the mother is not nurturing the child right based off of her being mad at how she was raised, or maybe she's mad at the baby daddy for what he's doing and she's taking it out on the child. Now that child is hurting two different ways and people don't see that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just crazy how it is.
Right. When it comes down to starting the program, was
Right.
it difficult for you, with people knowing you, or knowing um, the paths that you may have taken, and then to start this program or whatever? Was it, what did you face any challenges or with people like, oh yeah, okay, you trying to start a program. I mean, all the stuff you done did or whatever. Yeah, right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Did you face any challenges, and can we talk about some of those challenges that you may have faced, but you still didn't give up, and the program is in the position that it is right now because you didn't?
Oh yes, it's a lot of challenges. There's still we're still fighting so many of them. I remember when we first came up, but see, you use it for the good, because when we first came out with the program, I was looking for 50 men to donate $25 a week to the organization so that we could do what we needed to do.
Right.
All the men was looking at me crazy. You're starting this nonprofit. It's not going to do anything. They couldn't see the vision. So only one guy helped me out of those 50, and he's still with me, right? But what happened was, because nobody stepped up, I was able to write this children's book. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So I didn't take that as I was like, okay, well, God, give me another way, because you told me to create this program. So how's it another way? So there's a lot of things came up. I've asked for other people to sit on the board with me or be on the board with this organization, and they look at me sideways. They still don't really believe in what I'm trying to accomplish out here. And it's sad, man, that I have to deal with that from my own people, let alone this lady the other day said to me, I can't purchase your children's book because there's no white characters in there. It's only black people in there. So
Oh, what?
I even deal with that type of stuff. So it's kind of like, wow, that's crazy. And I said, do you understand that every child that's in this book is in this program? And if you follow me on my social media, you see them with the shirts on. Those characters on those shirts are actually them. I'm doing something for their life that nobody has ever really done for their life, taking them to photo shoots, taking them on boat trips, and parking the boat at the docks, and then go and watch movies and stuff. This is stuff I'm doing, but these children are in the program. So don't come at me and say that I'm racist, because I didn't do that intentionally. We just don't have any white kids. We don't have any Spanish. We don't have any Mexican. We don't have, we have who we have. But so I deal with those obstacles now, because, a couple people have said that to me. You need to, your next children's book, because I already,
Diversify it, man.
yeah, my second children's book's coming out May 22nd, right? And they're already on top of me saying, you need to add white characters to your book so that you could sell more copies and this, that. And now everybody's making it a racist thing. And I'm fighting against that. Like, it's not about racism. It's about the children that's in the program. So these are the things that we fight on a constant basis, man.
Wow.
Go ahead, go ahead.
That's deep though. And it's almost like the obstacles, are harder when you're trying to do something positive. And
Right,
when you're doing all the negative things, it's like, you got all the money in the world, you got all of the resources, the negative resource, everybody around, you get all the love, all this. But when you're trying to do something positive, you don't have as many followers. You don't have as many people that want to support the positive energy or whatever. But I commend you though for still staying with it,
right,
still following your purpose, and it's still flourishing. Maybe not as fast as, one would think that it would, but look where it is right now from where you started. How many people you got your own books, man?
right, right,
That's huge.
right,
That's a huge accomplishment, and it's really something to be proud of. I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Because to see our people do something on this level and on this magnitude, man, I really commend you on that, man. And fighting against all the odds and obstacles against you. You even have sponsors.
right.
That's a part of, and nice ones at that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, shout out to Chick-fil-A, shout out to Tropical
Absolutely.
Smoothie, shout out A&R Cars, what I mean? They watching, these guys have Sanders Painting. All these people have stepped up to help. We got a new sponsor today, a new gym that's just about to open up. And he did something amazing for me. I said that I wanted to have a dinner once a year called, like father and son type thing, where we teach them different things that they need to know in life at this, dinner. And he said, look, you like this room that's in the gym? is really big. It's classy. He said, we're gonna hold your events there for free. I'll cater it and everything. Blah 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 blah. So he came on today
Wow.
as a sponsor, and then he said, we can have another one in the same year where he'll sponsor it again, where people can come in and just donate to the program. So those are things that are happening to me in a good way while I'm still facing all the odds. I think a lot of people are waiting for me to fail, waiting for me to fall on my face, and so they can say, I told you he couldn't accomplish it. But if it breaks through, they're going to jump on the board and the bandwagon and want to ride it out. And that's the thing that God is teaching me in this season. Don't be upset with them when they do, just accept them. You know what I mean? But the flesh of me is fighting like, look, if you ain't riding with me now, don't ride with me later. You know what I mean? But when they
Absolutely.
come back, I'm still going to allow them to come in because I understand why I'm going through this. If you want to be great in life, God is going to have to put you through the fire. You know what I mean? You want to be a diamond, you got to go through the fire. You got to go through the mud. I always say I went and got this from the mud, and we started this from the dirt with just me, my best friend, and my wife giving $25 a week to this program. That's how it started. You know what I mean? And just 3 people. And now look at us. We have sweatsuits out for sale. We got an $80 bundle bag. People be laughing. It's a whole bundle bag. You know what I mean? It got the whole sweatsuit in it and everything. Like, people like, how you got sweatsuit bundle bags? Like, buy the bundle bag of the sweatsuits, buy the shirts, buy the masks. We're putting it out there where we ain't just asking you to give us some money. We're creating things to sell so that we can make the money at the same time to keep the nonprofit alive, where we're not begging for grant money or people to help us. So there's a lot of things we're doing. Also, I got the children involved in creating our first video game, which comes out in November. And the video game is based off the first book. So, the video game will come out. And so we got other things. They'll be involved in that. The third children's book that'll come out from the program will be all the children. They'll learn how to write this book, and we'll put it out. And now they'll become published authors at the ages of 9, 10, and 11. So these are things that I'm trying to do, but I'm just getting punched in the face with people saying, you'll never make it. This program's not needed. Why are you doing Father to a Fatherless? You just don't see the need of it. I don't want to say the big names, but I got rejected from 2 grants from 2 big companies whose response was, we just don't see the value in your program for the community, which was like, wow, but you gave the money to the Yeah. So I said, wow, maybe because I don't know. I took it as I'm a black man with black youth in my group, and they gave the money to a white organization. I don't want to make it racist, but I didn't see the value in what they gave that money to them for. Like, they're just another, typical nonprofit. I said, our nonprofit is teaching young people how to write books. Not only that, shout out to Anointed News Journal. They're a weekly newspaper that's allowing my children to have 1 page in that paper weekly. So now I'm teaching them journalism. These are things that I'm doing for the youth. Like, some of my sponsors, I have kids 16, 17. They're saying as soon as they 16, 17, bring them in, give them jobs. These are things that I'm doing for the youth. So I don't understand how we're not valuable to the community we serve. So it's just, it's a constant push, man.
But hearing you say that, and still being in the position that you're in, still pushing, still breaking down barriers and everything or whatever, that itself is inspiration, though. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because like you said, people might on the outside might be looking at, the finished product of things that you're actually doing and putting out there, making it look easy. But at the end of the day, that's why these type of interviews and different press that you're doing are, it's very vital so people can understand exactly what you're doing, what the mission is, and what you're actually trying to accomplish. So again, my brother, I definitely commend you on that. Can we shout out the names of the people who started with you? I really want to give them a genuine shout out and give them their flowers for riding with this vision from the mud. Can we shout them out?
I already shouted them out. I said my wife and my best friend. That's it. That's the
What's
only
your
people
best
that.
friend's name? What's your best
His
friend?
name is Mike Corsi. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So shout out to Mike. Um Mike has been a rider, man. If it's one thing that I could say about this man, he knows my character and he knows how I am.
right.
to say what we the amount of money that we've put in the bank and the things that we have accomplished with just us three. He's really seen it. One thing I do with him and my wife is, and people that starting to sponsor monthly, I take a screenshot of what's in the bank and I send it to you. Why? Because a lot of times people feel like nonprofits take money and they just run with it. A lot of times I'm putting all that money in a nonprofit and then I'm spending extra money out my pocket to buy stuff to sell, these t-shirts and things like that. So, and Mike has seen my character. One thing about this guy, man, he was beat up last year in his last year's season. You know, somebody tried to say that he stole some money from him, which I know he didn't. I'd seen the situation, how it happened, but they started plastering his name on, Facebook and Instagram, saying he was the president of this organization. And that's why I had to get involved in that, like, wait a minute, hold up, this is getting too deep. But it was just some things that they was doing to bring him down. And in the middle of that, his mother passed away, and he was just going through a lot. And anytime I called that man and said, yo, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, we need to get this book to the printer, we need whatever it was, he came through. So his character, man, he means so much to me, man. That's my guy. Like, it doesn't matter. And even though he told me, we talked about it, he don't really feel he's ready for the president position of this program anymore, because he knows that it's a big role. He stepped down on his own, but he's my left hand. You know what I mean? Like, wherever I go, he go. But we got that position open now to hire somebody to bring them in that really knows how to work that position as the president of the program. So, and he knows to see how much humility he had in him to say, look, I can't really run this position, but I'm your left hand. I always say my right hand belonged to my wife. You know what I'm saying? The left hand is yours, but he's my left hand. And he's like, he's still riding. Today we got a lot of stuff done, and he still knows his position. Like, nobody could ever take him out of his position with me. He's been there from the dirt,
Let me ask you this. With COVID and everything going on, and affecting a lot of businesses in the way that we could move around and do a lot of things in a physical form, the way that we were accustomed to doing it. Can we talk about, like, how when COVID hit, how did it affect your business, and some of the ways that you have found another pocket to be able to still keep the business alive?
That's not an arrogant thing, but COVID hasn't affected us at all. We came out with the first children's book right when COVID hit, and we sold 1,000 units of that book like it was nothing. Like, we were out there in the streets still selling packages. And because the program is a personal, we say we're fathers lack, we pick up the pace, we make the relationship personal. Because it's personal, we still able to go to the children's houses, put our masks on, and just talk to them. That's what we do. We go bike ride and take them to play chess, different things like that. So it didn't stop us at all. If anything, we were the ones moving in the middle of COVID when nobody else was really moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only thing that it really hurt us with, though, is certain sponsors backed out.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people that wanted, because their business was being affected, which, I understand, but certain businesses didn't, and it didn't really affect us of how we do our program. Because, like I said, we go pick these children up and we just take them somewhere, get a sandwich, get something to eat, ride a bike, talk to them about school, their life, make it personal. Those are things that these children really need. Sometimes I say, even if you got a dad in the house, sometimes he's not really present, because sometimes when he come home from a long day of work, he might just want to watch TV, put his feet up, and have a beer. You know what I mean? So we say, we're not here to take your place, but we understand it take a village. So we go ahead and we take some of them children too. Some of the children in our program are not even fatherless. It's just that they love the 7 principles of the program, and they want to be a part of writing children's books and things like that. So our program is pretty much open for anybody who wants to get in here. This isn't about if you don't really have a father in your life, because I believe the principles in this program is going to teach these young men to be successful. So the door is open for all of them to come in,
Right. What would you say throughout your journey has been the most challenging thing for you?
The most challenging?
Yeah.
All the paperwork.
Right.
I mean, when you really got to sit down and go to the library and look at how to put out bylaws and stuff, and you really don't know how to do bylaws, and then you got to call somebody and pay for the bylaws after you done struggled to try to figure out. I went and bought a book on how to put out my own 501c3 program, and about after 6 months, after reading so much and failing at it, I just finally paid for somebody to do it. So but I learned a lot from it. But those are one of
Right.
my struggles, always trying to figure out how to do something, you know, without paying for it as much as you got to pay for it. So my struggle with myself is that, I'll figure out like right in here is my studio. We built the booth in here. You know what I mean? I figure we go on YouTube, we're gonna figure it out. We build a booth, we ain't recording. These are the things like instead of paying people, we just figure it out. We just struggle, go to the store and buy stuff. So I think my struggle is always just trying to do it myself instead of hiring the help that I really need. That's a struggle for me.
Outsourcing, huh? Yeah,
Uh,
outsourcing, huh?
yeah, yeah, outsourcing,
Try to keep
outsourcing.
everything in house.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to do, and especially with this program, we got to watch who we hire. So that's a struggle for me too, because I set out to originally hire men who don't particularly have a college degree, because I wanted to hire men that been through something,
Hmm.
and that understand. I want to hire men that really want to teach these young guys. So I always say it's not about if you have a college education to be a mentor in this program. It's how much do you love these kids? It's how much will you try to teach them and inspire them? So my thing is like even giving back to these guys that feel like they don't even have a chance, like, hey, if you come drive the bus, we have a bus for the program. These are things that we do, like, hey, come get on board. I want to be able to hire these guys that really don't have anything, but they heart love these kids. They've been through hell and back again. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
think another reason why, and this is my life too, I think another reason why I'm able to flip and do so much is because, 13, 14, 15, I was selling a lot of drugs. That's what I did. I was a hustler for real. And the funny part about it is when you out there hustling, you could get that attention, that negative attention all day long. But as soon as you switch over to this to try to accomplish something different, everybody throw your past in your face, and don't nobody want to see you achieve anything on the righteous part of life and do something
Right.
different. So,
Right.
that's a kind of a fight too, because everybody was like, hey, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you was cussing all in your music and you was acting a fool. About 6 years back, and I said, hey, that's the old me. All old things pass away. Behold, God said, I'm gonna make you new. So this is my new season. If you don't like it, that's fine. But people like to drag up my old me so much, like, yo, you the guy that used to drink and drive and act funny and smoke weed, and you know what I mean, or that kind of
Right.
stuff. And
Right.
that's all they want to remember. They don't want to see nothing good about what I'm doing right now. My past is haunting my presence. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
that's a hard thing, because every day I deal with not getting angry with some people that say something off the hook. Like I had the children in the bus, and this guy, I gave him a pamphlet, and I said, hey, we looking for sponsorship. And he said, I ain't giving to them kids. He
Come
said,
on.
man, F them kids. That's how he talked to me.
What?
I said, we almost got in a rumble right out in front of the bus. Like, yo, these is my babies on this bus. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
disrespect them in front of me. Like, they gotta know that I'm gonna protect them at all costs. So me and him almost rumble right in front of the Wawa. Like, how you gonna say, man, F them kids? But that's that mentality. I wouldn't get them kids SHI. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this dude tripping. Like, and he was yelling and everything. And he's like, I ain't never had a dad. Look how it turned out. I said, yeah, look at you. You look bad out here. You know what I'm saying? But that's how
Man.
it goes.
What would you
So
say is the most memorable, the thing that thus far that you're most proud of?
that we're most proud of,
Yeah.
I would think is this year, this season, understanding the second children's book allowed us to present to the world what our building was actually going to look like. And I'm most proud that we were able to put that out. And not only that, um, we have a contract in the making right now. I don't want to say the particular town that it's in, but they've offered us a building for only $1 a month for 12 months.
Come
Now,
on, man.
Right. So that's God. You know what I mean? And so that's already on the table. And we already spoke to the mayor and everything like that. And if the program is successful out of those 12 months, we'll own the building outright with the deed in our hand. So this is
Come on.
yeah, so this is time for people to step up. Like when I tell them we need 40 sponsors to do $100 a month, we really need these sponsors to come through for us so that we continue to put out our press packets, so that we can continue to do what we do in the community. It's hard, man. It's hard to get the help. But once we get this building, I believe that the help will come through that we need. So and that's just going to be the hub. I actually want to put a building across every state. And I think
Right.
that that's why I'm up against a big fight like this, because I want to father the fatherless generation in every state, like you have a Ronald McDonald House. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
okay,
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let's put the information out there for anybody that's listening right now or watching right now that want to contribute or want to learn more information about what you do to acquire to help in any type of way. Can we put that information out there?
of course, I mean they can always go to Father to a Fatherless Inc. on Instagram, always, or Father to a Fatherless Generation Inc. on Facebook. They can also email us fatherlessgeneration19 at gmail.com, right? And they can also send anything they want to P.O. Box 721, Sicklerville, New Jersey 08081. I mean, we take whatever they want to give to this program, and those are the sites that they can find us out. Oh, and Seven Magical Keys children's book is on glenmorton.com. You know what I'm saying? And all proceeds of that children's book helps the organization for life. That was my first book, and God said, give that book to the program. There's always a new third grader. Every year we can go to a school, different schools, teach the principals, sell those books, and the program will always benefit financially from that book. So that was my seed I planted. So if you even want to just go on there, and that book actually comes with a drawstring bag. It comes with the mugs, and it comes with the learning worksheet, and it comes with a face mask, and that bag's only $20. So it's a lot in there you got in that bag, but all of that goes to the nonprofit to help us keep moving.
And everything and man, I'm just tripping out. Like you got all your merch. Like you really got everything together. And I just
Right.
think that it's so dope to be able to take those same hustle principles from that we had in the streets and convert them over into that good energy. And you learn throughout that process that you really get an opportunity to really see how things are on this side versus the other side where it's all love as long as you and it's just something that you said that stuck with me too, man, that it's funny how people always like to keep you trapped in the past because
Mm-hmm.
they're still in the past that they can't even see the change in you because they haven't changed. That's the only way that you couldn't possibly see that I'm a different man, that I have changed and I'm out here really trying to do something positive, and the only thing that you still see in me is my past.
That's it. As I said, my past is haunting my presence upon the altar. I always say that in one of my raps. My past is haunting my presence upon the altar. Like I've been on the altar sometimes just saying, God, why can't they see the new me? Why they want to keep seeing the old me? That guy is gone. But the bad part about it is that guy isn't always gone, because if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean? So
Right.
but that's just how that goes. Like, don't touch me. You know what I mean? I tell people that all the time. I'm the kindest guy in the world, and I'll stay humble, but I just don't like people to jump in my face and do that finger pointing and stuff that they do. They quick to do something like that and then say, "Oh, I thought you was a pastor." If I jump back at them, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Just because you see me preaching on a youth Sunday, don't mean I still won't put these hands up. You know what I mean? Don't watch yourself. You know what I mean? Watch
Right,
yourself.
right.
So
Oh,
they laugh at me, man. I'm always getting, that the short end of the stick because of that pastor that's on my name. You know what
right,
I mean?
right. Let's get some shout outs, man, to anybody you want to get some shout outs to, family, friends,
Yeah.
supporters. Let's give them their flowers.
Let me give him flowers. Let me shout out to my Uncle Thomas, man. He always says to me, nothing comes to a sleeping man but a dream. Or he'll say, what I'm saying, nothing beats a fail but a try. So my Uncle Thomas, he always been on me. So I'm gonna shout him out real fast. And I'm shouting him out. I'm putting it out there just because, man, my uncle right now, he was more like my father, man. But I'm about to lose him, man. He got stage 4 cancer, and I
Oh,
wish that,
man.
yeah, I wish that he could see me get this building. I wish that he could see the man that I'm getting ready to go to the next level. But I know he won't be there, so I'm gonna shout him out, and I'm gonna make sure he sees this video. He's the reason why I'm becoming the person I am because he was always so hard on me. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my Uncle Thomas. That's my mom's brother. My Uncle Kermit. Shout out to my sons, man, and all the sons in the program. I ain't even gonna say just my son, all the sons in the program, they all my sons. And a big shout out to my wife because she's the one
Absolutely.
that always hold me down. She's last but not least. She's the one, you know what I mean? And she knows how to deal with me even when I'm tripping. So shout out
Right.
to her. You know what I mean?
If you could change, if you could change one thing in your life, what would that be? If you had an opportunity to change just one thing?
Honestly, I think that I would have strived harder for education. You know what I mean? I think I would have went to college. And man, I'm on my sons about that all the time. My son is 13. I tell him, man, you got a chance to do something that I never had a chance to do. You know what I mean? So if
Right.
I could change one thing, I mean, the way that I think, the way that I am, the way that I move, I just feel like my life would be so much better if I would have just went to college when I was younger. But I'm on my way to get there now. It's never too late. I'm gonna take some college classes because that's the one thing that I want to change in my life, to,
Right.
to educate myself more. It's never too late to educate. But I never, I mean, we did Bible type schools. I went to the Bible school, but I never went to college, man. So if it's one thing I could change, that's it. You know what I mean? I got to change that.
Right. Right. Man, let's, I always ask my guests, this before we get out of here, man. And you've been dropping gems the whole time, you know, and you're, like I say, you're on the battlefield every day,
Right.
and you're dealing with all of these battles on a daily basis or whatever, and you're being strong and you're persevering through it all. But for the ones that may be low in spirit, may be feeling like giving up, you know, may feel lost because they don't have a father, or mother may be, talking greasy to them, what I'm saying, or you know, just dealing with the world, man, and everything that's going on in world, low in spirit or whatever. Can you give them some words of uplift and encouragement?
Um, it's really that's a tough question. Um, there's really no way that anybody can really, and it's not me just trying to talk down. There's really no way that anybody can really uplift your spirit. Let's just be honest. A lot of times you got to fight to uplift your spirit on your own. I mean, I understand that you're going through hell, but you're the only person that can get back up. We can pray for you, we can talk to you about things that's going on in your life, but until you do something about it, you know what I mean? So if you down and out, man, just get back up. I know you getting them jabs. I know you're going through, but you just got to get back up. I mean, that's all I can really say to you. I've been down, I've been out, I've been lied against, I've been persecuted. They talk bad about me. They all the type things they done said about me, man. Like, even down to the teachers that told me that I was retarded, that I would never graduate, things that they said to me, you know what I mean? And look at where I'm at right now. Not only am I the founder of this, but I got 3 LLCs under my belt that I don't talk about, that I'm just so humble about how I move, and I don't have to tell people what I'm doing. Just get back up and move, man. Don't worry about it. Take the good with the bad. Just continue to move. God has a plan for you. And I tell you like this, you're a seed. And every time somebody talks bad about you, all they doing is throwing more dirt on top of the seed. But guess what happens to that seed in the dirt? Eventually, when God allows it to rain, you're gonna grow. So just learn how to grow from your pain. And that's all I can really say about that.
Man, that's deep, man. I really appreciate that, man. Glenn, listen. Um, when is the book the new book dropping? Because you got to come back on here.
The new book drops on May 22nd. But can I share just one little part of the back of this book, right?
Absolutely, man.
The first thing is like it's a key on the back of this book, right? On the back of it, this is my love letter. And the first thing it says, often young men fail for a lack of not understanding what a resource clearly is or how to use them. We provide clarity and help these young men understand that success awaits every man by foundationally using their resources. When we explain breaking the cycle to our young men, we explain how they must separate from the generational hand-me-down failures of our fathers, or the cycle will repeat itself. We will hand our children the same pain that we ourselves had to suffer from. So that's just something that I wanted to put out there, man. It's more on the back, but these keys, if the young men will really listen to these keys, we must separate from the generational hand-me-down failures of our fathers, or the cycle will repeat itself. We have to separate ourselves from this generational hand-me-down our fathers have been giving us, and just overcome it all, man. Thanks a lot.
And can we go over the principles one more time, man? I really want them to get those principles in, man.
Yo, you know what's funny about these principles? I have the kids singing it. We got a rap song for this that's about to come out. I could send it to you now, right? But the kids be in here, they be tapping their hands. It'd be like, be resourceful, break the cycle, create character, have faith, learn discipline, correct the brotherhood, raise sons. All right, be resourceful, break the cycle, create character, have faith, learn discipline, correct the brotherhood, raise sons. All right, you know what I'm saying? So they be in it. They be
You
in
gotta
it
do
too. They
that.
be
And
doing it.
hold up. So you flowing on it. So is that like the hook?
That's the hook.
That's
Yeah, that's
dope,
the hook.
man.
That's the
That's
hook. And
dope.
that's the 7 principles to the program. So they just singing it, and they don't even know they telling themselves. Be resourceful,
Exactly.
break the
Exactly.
cycle. And they getting it in their head. Have faith. They running around. My little son, he only 4. He said, have faith, learn discipline.
Right, right. Man,
Yeah,
that's
so
so dope, man.
yeah, so
And yeah,
that's
so I'm assuming that the video coming too.
oh yeah, we shooting it. We starting to shoot the video next week. That's one of the videos I was just talking about. So we're gonna start shooting that. We're gonna get that out there, and like I said, I'm gonna allow these proceeds to go to this organization, because I believe that everything I sow into this organization to come back to me 10 times fold, and I'm not scared to give. I'm a giver, and people look at me and they be like, "Man, I give. I constantly give. If you see, I'm putting books out. I'm giving. I constantly I give." Because I mean, we can't take anything with us, man. This is a legacy that I want to leave to not only me, but my children's children's children should inherit something. And that's what the Bible say: a wise man leave money for his children to inherit. So that's what I'm kind of pushing for. I want every kid. Check this out. My son just turned 13. I said, you know what I'm gonna give you for your birthday? He said, what's that? I said, a LLC. You want to cut grass, like you said? So his birthday passed two weeks ago. He got an LLC for his birthday. Take him to the store, get him a lawnmower, a weed whacker, a blower. Then I said, I'm gonna do one better for you. I'm gonna put you on my credit card as an authorized user. Get your credit up. You 13. By the time you get 18, have you at an 850. Teach you how to go out there and do your thing. He be just looking at me like, die, like
I
his head be
know.
spinning. But that, so that's what I tell.
Not
I
even
tell
knowing,
all.
not even knowing you setting him up for success.
And not only him, but all the children in the program, I find out what they want to do. And I'll be like, well, come on, we could get that business started. Well, how do I get the money? Well, look, come out here. I'll show you a couple ways to get some money. Let's get you a business started. Let's get a sponsor behind you. Let's start your own business. And so that's something that I want to teach every child in this program. You can have your own company. And that don't take you going to college, and it don't take rocket science. All it takes is motivation and push and drive. As long as you got that push and that drive to be able, coming back today, my son was with me when I landed a new sponsor. As soon as we left, you know what he said in the back seat? I need to go to the library and get me a book on marketing. He 13. You know, and these are the things that he's learning from me. He's in the meeting. He was like, we need to figure out how to market more for the program. I want to help you market. I want to market more for you. That's great. He 13. He going to give me the new wave of the market that I don't understand, his generation of
That's
marketing.
2021 marketing.
Right. So that's where it goes, man. I don't do this by myself. If anybody can help me and you got a way, let's sit down and talk about it. You know, that's where I'm at.
Glenn, man, listen. I wanna tell you, man to man, I just wanna tell you, man, that I'm very, very proud of you. And I think that everything that you're doing, man, is absolutely remarkable and it's necessary, man. So, if nobody else has told you, my brother, I'm very, very proud of you, man. I'm proud of everything that you have accomplished thus far and all of the things that you're going to accomplish in the future, man. And from me and the team, I just want to send blessings and a cup that's running over, man, with nothing but success and more doors opening up for you, my brother, man. You are really, really something special and definitely God chosen, and you walking out here with a major purpose, my brother. So thank you, man, from me and the Vibe team.
I appreciate you, man. And look, I know it take money to make money. So if there's any way that I could get some promotion on there for the new book on the site, just let me know, man, because I
got
gotta
you.
do that. You know what I mean? So that's purpose.
I got you on me, man. Just
Yeah.
you send me everything that you need done, everything that you need promoted or whatever, and I'm going to clear that. I'm going to approve all of that. You just give me what you need, send me what you need
Yeah.
done, need
Yeah, you
put.
see how you just did that? You see how you just did that? That's it's not always about giving money either. When I tell people to sponsor, that's an outlet right there. You just sponsor from your station to give us promotion. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people it's not always about money. Yet the connections can go further than money. That's why I like to build connections and relationships with people because, hey, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you for that. I'll just send you the picture for the book, and that's pretty much that.
Send me the picture, send me the link, everything where they can get where people can get it directly or whatever. Send me the sponsorship information, and I'm going to approve an advertisement, an ongoing advertisement for you on the station site. And I got you, man. Don't worry about that. Let's stay connected, and whatever you need done, let's just get it done, man. This is necessary right here.
I appreciate you, man.
I love you, man. Anytime you
I
want to
love
come back on here, just holler at me. Let me know what you got going on, and it's nothing. It's done.
I appreciate that. And to
I
the
got
whole
you,
team,
man.
the whole Vibe team, I thank y'all for having me on. I know it takes a whole village to do it, man. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man. Love you, man. It's the one and only Fatherless to Fatherless generation founder, the one and only Mr. Glenn Morton, man. Love you, my brother.
Love you, bro.
We out.
Let's go. Let's go. New shit. Hey, yo, Bert. Hey, talk to him. Yeah.